Imagine if we had a special time machine that allows us to send a clip of music to any composer back in history. Today, let's do this with Billie Eilish's song Happier Than Ever and see what these 5 classical composers might end up composing around it. Billie Eilish is an artist that I really love and respect, and I got pretty excited when I recently discovered that there is classical music embedded within her latest album, in her track Goldwing. The intro comes directly from Hymn to Vina by Gustav Holst. It's a part of his choral hymns from the Rig Veda, a work he wrote in the 1910s that was inspired by ancient Sanskrit text. So it's pretty amazing that all of these modern day listeners are getting to experience a little bit of classical music through Billie Eilish, whether or not they're aware of this. So now I thought it might be fun to flip the scenario a bit and imagine what it would be like if a bunch of classical composers came across Billie Eilish's music. I think the perfect song to do this with is Happier Than Ever, especially the opening section. The track itself is very unique because later on it turns into this bold punk pop rock type track. But when focusing on the opening, the melody is just as lyrical and full of chord changes as any classic song out there, and I'm really inspired by the way that Billie Eilish is singing this.
When I'm away from you, I'm happier than ever.
Her voice is beautifully fragile and whimsically distant while also being resonant and soulful. The character of her vibrato is also very special and ever-changing.
Give me a day or two.
I also really love how she's timing her notes in a very delicate manner, almost like draping her notes over the pulse.
To write myself a letter to tell me what to do.
And I think when we isolate her voice, we can use all of these details and nuances to make her singing fit against a new set of notes in a completely new context. And now back to our time machine, we're going to send out the first 20 seconds of Billie Eilish's vocals and see what each composer adds to it. How about we let the machine decide where we're going to send it to first? Wolfgang Amadeus Mozart. Now for Mozart, opera is a very important aspect of all of his music. You hear characters within different phrases, almost like they are talking to each other. There's contrast there. And listening to the lyrics, I think he will identify this as maybe being in a minor key. There's someone in distress.
When I'm away from you, I'm happier than ever. Wish I could explain it better. I wish it wasn't true.
Frédéric Chopin. Not to be too cliched, but maybe he'll hear this as a waltz in 3.
When I'm away from you, I'm happier than ever. Wish I could explain it better. I wish it wasn't true.
Franz Schubert. His music is so warm and romantic, full of embrace, and he might take a slower approach.
When I'm away from you, I'm happier than ever. Wish I could explain it better. I wish it wasn't true.
Sergei Rachmaninoff. His music is full of passion, it's quite impulsive sometimes, it's thick sounding, and the pace is very wavy.
When I'm away from you, I'm happier than ever. Wish I could explain it better. I wish it wasn't true.
Eric Satie, a very eclectic composer. I think he'll respond quite specifically to the color of her voice, the fragility of it. It'll sound very calm, pensive, resonant, full of space.
When I'm away from you, I'm happier than ever. Wish I could explain it better. I wish it wasn't true. Give me a day or two.
Alright, so those were 5 composers from the past. Now I want to switch gears and end with a version that is more in line with my personal vision for the song. Again, I really love it, and I love Billie Eilish's voice, and I think it's perfect the way it is. But in the spirit of reimagining it, I thought it might be neat to come up with a version that is using strings, harp, and glockenspiel. So here it is. I hope you enjoy it.
When I'm away from you, I'm happier than ever. Wish I could explain it better. I wish it wasn't true. Give me a day or two.
Let me know in the comments which version you prefer, and I'll also make available extra versions of this excerpt to my patrons on Patreon. And please subscribe if you haven't already for content related to music and the styles of different composers. I have different videos that dive way deeper into the subject than I did in this video. And thank you for watching. I'll see you very soon.